So I've got a super late start to my garden this year. Basically what I have right now is some potatoes, a couple tomatoes, zucchini, 2-year-old pineapple, asparagus, cucumbers, tomato. And over here we're making a potting mix to start some seeds. Some more tomatoes. So I was asked, how's my potting mix always comes out amazing? It's because I cheat. And this is how I cheat. First, we use the cheapest topsoil I can find. Mushroom compost, black cow compost, peat moss, perlite, vermiculite. You don't need to add any fertilizers to your potting mix because the seed itself usually has all the nutrients it needs to start, and your topsoil and these composts will obviously feed it what it needs to. But later on, if you use the same mixture to I don't know, transplant it to the next size bigger, put it in a garage, or not garage, garden, I do add some Trifecta Plus, which I get from MI Gardener, which is also where I recommend getting your seeds from, because their heirloom seeds are amazing. They almost always sprout. I've never had a germination rate. Anyway, so cheap topsoil, mushroom compost, black cow compost, peat moss, perlite, vermiculite. 2 parts, 1 part, 1 part, 2 parts, 1 part, 1 part. And I do my hands. So 2 big handfuls, 1 handful, 1 handful, 2 big handfuls, 1 handful, 1 handful. And put it all there and mix it up. Be right back. Okay, it came out really good. It's nice and loose. It's definitely going to retain moisture. And what made me want to do this was I had one little seedling left, and I want to put it in a pot because I've never done a cucumber in a pot, and I want to put it over here and see if I can get it to trellis up these trees, just because I'm kind of out of room. Yep, so that's the goal. I'll also use the same potting mix to do a couple of rows of lettuce. Keep it in the shade because South Georgia, Savannah, gets way too hot for typical lettuce. Here's the cucumber. I did add a little bit of Trifecta to it since it's, hopefully that will be enough room to sustain it. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll find out. So first time trying this. I don't know if the pot's big enough, but whatever. I will let you know next time. Anyway, typical easy potting mix. Fairly cheap if it's done right. This may last people a couple of years. It will probably last me, as far as seed starting mix, probably 3 years. I may have to bump these up to maybe 3 or 4 parts peat moss since it's so cheap and so plentiful. 2 parts cheap topsoil, 1 part compost, 1 part black cow compost, 1 part perlite, 1 part vermiculite. I don't know, the ratios you can play with, see what consistency you like, but that's $30, $40. It's about $50 total, roughly, in all that, and it will make a lot. I mean, a lot. Probably 6 of these small little wheelbarrows worth way more than I can use in a season. Anyway, hopefully this helps out with ratios. And if y'all want some real advice, check out MI Gardener. They're amazing. All right, thanks. Have a good one.